boys and girls, Miss Gregory here again. I am so excited to get started on day 3 of science. Here's a little video of the instructions you need to do in order to complete your assignment for your bubble map and your sentences. You're going to pick an animal. It can be an animal that you know a lot about, or it can be an animal that you want to research using PebbleGo or another site through the Hollydale webpage. I'm going to pick a hippo because I've seen hippos in the real life in Africa before on a safari, and they were so amazingly cool. So I decided I'd like to maybe research a little bit more about a hippo and find some facts that describe the 4 basic needs of a hippo. Let's review really quick. The 4 basic needs of any animal are oxygen or air, water, food, also called nutrients, and the last basic need is, what is the last basic need? My mind just left me. The last basic need is shelter. That's right. Shelter, also called a habitat. So, the 4 basic needs of a hippo are what I'm going to focus on today in order to fill out my bubble map. What I need to do first is I need to read the directions. They say, draw a picture or write 1 to 2 words in each bubble to describe the 4 basic needs of the animal you chose. Write the name of your animal in the middle bubble. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write the animal's name, hippo. Okay? You can choose a pet at home. You can choose a really cool animal that you don't know a lot about and research it before you do this assignment, or you can just pick an animal that you already know a lot about, maybe because you wrote an informational book on that animal last year in 1st grade. It says I can draw a picture or write words. So for air, I might just draw a hippo breathing, okay? That one's pretty simple because pretty much any animal breathes air. The only differences in animals might be fish because they breathe, but they get oxygen from the water, and they use their gills. So if you were doing some kind of fish or ocean animal, you might pick to draw their gills and describe them. But for a hippo, I might just draw a hippo breathing. So I'm just going to draw like a little hippo head with some little hippo ears. They kind of have like bear ears. And they have really, really big teeth. So I'm going to do that. A really, really big mouth of teeth. There we go. And I'm just going to draw maybe a little puff of smoke, or maybe a little cloud even. Them breathing. Something like that. It doesn't have to be beautiful, just something to represent what you know. Then, in the box or the bubble that says shelter or habitat, I would draw a river.
It has been a very great first day of school. Please, teach the staff, please go.
So sorry, we are back again. So, for the shelter bubble, for a hippo, I'm going to draw a river. Now, your shelter may be different depending on what type of animal you pick. And I'm going to write a couple of words inside the river to describe it. Rivers in Africa is where a lot of hippos live. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom bubbles. They say food and water. Hippos mainly just eat grass. So that's really all I have to draw is some grass. I can color it green if I want to. Okay? I'm using an orange pen just so it shows up really well in your video. But I'm also going to write the word grass so that my friends know what that is. And then in the last box, I'm going to draw some water. And in fact, I'm going to draw a hippo drinking the water. Because maybe your animal that you pick has a special way of drinking. And they've got really long tongues. They're drinking the river water. Okay? Like I said, please do not judge my artwork. I am not an artist by any means. It doesn't have to be beautiful. So you have 2 sheets. That's the bubble map. And then here's the sentence page. Okay? Let's read the directions together. Think of an animal you know a lot about, or research an animal you are interested in, just like the last page. Then, fill in the sentences with 1 complete sentence for each basic need. So this is where you need to add a little information to your animal. Don't just write the word grass for their food, or air the sentence line that says air. You actually want to describe exactly what your animal does or give a little more information about that basic need for that animal. So for air, I might just write, hippos breathe oxygen through their nose. I want to start with a capital letter. You should start with a capital letter for your animal as well, because it's the start of a sentence. Hippos, and I'm using my best handwriting, breathe oxygen, that's a big word, through their nose. Remember, if you have some sort of fish, it's probably going to be different. Notice I also put a period at the end of my sentence because it's the end of my idea. That sentence is finished, so I need an end mark. Now I'm going to go to water. Let me think. Water. Hippos. I could say hippos drink water from the rivers that they live near. Or hippos slurp water through their very large mouths. I think I'll write the second one. Hippos slurp water through their very large mouths. I'm going to pause for a minute and give you time to write yours if you have it printed out. If you don't, just stay in touch. We're going to be only paused for about 3 seconds and then we'll be back. And we're back. So now we just have 2 more basic needs to write about, food and shelter. Did you know that hippos eat up to 6 hours a day? They spend tons of time eating, and they eat 80 pounds of grass in a week. That's crazy. So I'm going to write, hippos spend up to 6 hours eating grass. I told what they eat, but I also told a little bit more information about it, and remember I'm using a capital letter. Hippos spend up to 6 hours eating grass. Oh, I've run out of room, so I'm going to go down to the second line. Each day. I'm going to put my period. Just one sentence is all you need for each of these basic needs. And last, the shelter. Hippos live in rivers in Africa. I said that excitedly, so I'm going to put an exclamation point because that shows that I said it in an excited way. Hippos live in rivers in Africa. And you're done. So once you get this assignment completed, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your assignment that your teacher created, click Add Attachment, and after you take a picture of this paper and the other paper, your bubble mat right here, I want you to click Add Attachment and upload it to your file so that your teacher can see it and can see all of the wonderful work that you're doing in science this week. Good luck!